Welcome back to another video, guys. This right here is a Boomerang Shackle Kit from M.O.R.E, Mountain Off-Road Experience. I'll have a link in the description of their website, and they have a bunch of off-road products and stuff like that. But what we have laid out is Boomerang Shackles. Boomerang Shackles for leaf springs. I probably want is the better shackle to go for than either the straights. The straight ones give you a taller lift, which not all the time can be safe due to the taller the shackle, the more shake you'll have if you're going down the highway. If this is like something you drive on the road or not just on the trail. But this is a best of both worlds scenario. It goes on front and rear. This is only one of them. I have another one over there still in the package. It comes with its own polyurethane bushings. That's for the these here go into the frame, which would be this guy here, and then the big ones down here will go into your leaf spring for the bottom one. This one is just a roller. If it compresses too much, it rolls against this instead of binding up and stuff. One thing that I'm redoing all of them, and I still have to buy bushings for the rear of the leaf spring. So this guy here, I just need, let's see, 2, 4, 6, I think 16 more. 4 more, yeah, exactly, yeah. But I need them for the other half of the leaf spring. But I got these at Ace Hardware. It's a grade 8, 9/16, 4.5 inches long with a nut and squish washer or split washer. And the reason I'm doing this is that every time I have a chance to replace a bolt, I'm gonna go grade 8. Just like this stuff here is grade 8. See, same color and everything. It's zinc plated, and so it's very well known for anti-rust and no rust at all, essentially. But every time I get a chance to replace a bolt, I will, and I'll replace it with grade 8. It's definitely in the long run worth the money spent. So we're gonna jump to the front of the Jeep, and I'll show you what the first couple steps are. Alright, so we're in the front of the Jeep, and this here is the shackle mount that's attached to the frame. You get these smaller bushings here, and they barely fit there. It's going to be a tight fit. I got some of this WD-40 Specialist white lithium grease. I don't know, it already comes greased, so I don't know if it's necessary, but this stuff here, it stays for a long time. It's a good grease. So then after that, got a rubber mallet, and once we get it close, start it a little bit first. It's going to be a super tight fit. Okay. Or you could just push it in like I did. I guess that wasn't bad. And then you do it to the other side. I'm going to spray this first. Kind of like so. Get that all nice and greased. Come to the other side. And depending on how you have your jack stands, it may or may not be easier to whack it. There it goes, right in. Alright. So the next step is that we're going to put in the shackle and the top piece. There's a sleeve on them. I'll show you. There's a sleeve on it, right? And that goes on the inside of there. Now that's going to be a tight fit too. Hopefully it goes pretty smooth. But you see how there's a hole here? There's a hole in this bolt. It has a grease zerk or I think greaser. I don't know exactly what it's called, but you get a grease gun, you put it onto there, clips on, and before you go on trails, you pump this up, and it pumps the inside of here. It's not going to take a lot. The most grease is going to be used to get the grease from here to the hole. That's going to fill up this more. But then this is going to go into the outside of it to grease this part. I don't know how well it works. There's only one hole on this guy, so it doesn't have to be lined up, because actually it doesn't even line up, so it doesn't really matter. But that's how they grease it. I'm gonna whack that in after I started it. I'm gonna grease that too. Just like so. Alright, one thing that I did not think about is that the bumper was in the way of the shackle due to it being bent. My bumper was bent way before I got it. But beside the point, once you get this all in here, I'm gonna lube it some more. Fuck it. Doesn't hurt nothing. Do a little bit of that side. We'll clean it up later. You just slide it over it, and in you go. Fine, there we are. Just like that. Get your nut. This one is a locking nut, so you don't need anything else on the other side. Okay, we're here at my leaf spring, and I painted them and greased all the contact points in between the leaves. And I took this off, painted that. So all we're doing now, just a few minor, or a few small touch-ups. So we're tightening this here. Not too much. You don't want it to be fucking crazy. And we spin it around over here. God dang it. Having a bench to work on makes a big difference too. And we do this until about there. This side was already squished, I believe, due to it being smashed or bent and stuff. So now we rotate it again. We got our new bushings here. I'm gonna lay it down to get a better angle. And the double wrap side goes on the leaf or on the shackle side of things. That's how it gets its strength. Just absolutely gorgeous. So on two of the leaf springs, I used actual grease that you get in a can. I don't remember what type it is. And the other two, for the contact points, I greased it with WD-40's white lithium specialist stuff. So I don't know if one's better than the other, but I guess we'll find out one of these days anyway. There we go. Easy. Now we'll go back over to the front end and we put this side in. Okay. Actually, I forgot a piece. Remember how I taught you about this? This has a grease opening. There's a hole there in that bolt, and there's a hole there. It actually goes right there before we actually install it, which won't be that hard at all. Hopefully just as easy as the first time we did it on the top half. But I am still going to grab more grease, more lubrication. I went a little too far there, actually. Got it. There we go. All right. So it depends on how you want to orientate which bolts, which side goes where. I think the Zerks on the outside was a little better. That's just a preference, though. And these shackles are designed for the double wrap military, but you can use this type of shackle on majority of the leaf springs. There we go. Now I got to get the bolts tightened down and get this inside one lubricated too, and then just go all the way around. Okay, so it's been a few weeks because I had to order new bushings and bolts for everything here. So I actually did buy grade 8 hardware for this exact thing. But I think I'm going to keep them for backup just in case anything breaks, which I don't think they will. But why I'm keeping them is because these come with grease zerks already attached to them. So I don't have to worry about taking them off and greasing them every time. I can just hook directly onto them. But what I'm debating is whether or not to put them in like this so they're sticking outside, or if the grease zerks are sticking inside to keep them more protected. But I think because on the front of the shackle, or on the front of the leaf spring, I put them like this, I'll just do them like this to match. It's not that big of a deal, I don't think. But I am going to pre-grease everything here. So just a little bit of film there, and just slide that sucker right in. I'm actually going to get a hammer, start pounding that in, because that is a tight fit, as it should be. Okay, so I'm going to put the jack kind of here in the middle, kind of pre-lube the mounting points just with a thin little bit of grease. There we are, maybe a tad bit more on this side, just so everything is a-okay. And those are as tight as that's going to get. So we'll come up a little bit, come backwards. There we go. Go far. And I think we're going to need to massage it a little bit to get it up in there. I'm going to get a rubber mallet real quick. Not quite. So after quite a bit of labor, because I'm sweating and it's like 62 degrees, like perfect out, I'm sweating. So this is on there, and with the blue Loctite and with the nut design that it is, it's like a lock nut but like on steroids. It's not coming off without a fight, because it went on with the fight. And so, you know, that's gonna be good stuff. But here's the kicker, that I can't move it by hand, but yet, with a tiny bit of effort, it still moves. Now what does that indicate? No, it's not gonna break or anything like that. What it indicates is that when leaf spring flexes, the polyurethane bushings is going to move with the axle. Even though it's not going to move a whole lot, even this is over an exaggeration. I mean, it's going to be a tiny, tiny bit. This means that the grease, once we put it in there, is going to be lubricating and not causing wear. That is the biggest deal, and that's why I decided to keep the ones with the zerks, or the grease inserts, or whatever the hell you guys call it. I don't know. That's what I've always called it. But that's why I decided to keep that, because with my grade 8 bolts there, that ain't gonna fly. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all 4, and I'll show you what they look like from afar. Alright guys, that does it for this video. Hope you guys enjoy, and please click the like and subscribe button down below if you want to see more content like this. I'll see you guys later. Keep wheeling.